After graduation, I moved across the state for college. She stayed local. We went our separate ways, and I honestly forgot she existed. Fast forward 6 years. I'm 24, working as an accountant, living alone in a 2-bedroom apartment I can barely afford. My last roommate moved out in November, and I was desperate. That's when she messaged me out of nowhere. She'd gotten a job in my city and was looking for a place. Remembered we went to the same high school. Asked if I still needed someone. I said yes without thinking twice. Rent was due in 12 days. She moved in on January 8th. The first 2 months were completely normal. We had opposite schedules. She worked early mornings. I worked late nights. We'd pass each other in the kitchen, make small talk about the weather, and that was it. But somewhere around month 3, something shifted. She started leaving little notes on the counter. Made extra coffee, help yourself, then grabbed your favorite creamer. You were running low. I told myself she was just being considerate. Then she got me into Pilates. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 a.m. I hate mornings. I've always hated mornings. But when she knocked on my door that first time asking if I wanted to join, I couldn't say no. I still can't explain why. By month 4, we were eating dinner together almost every night. She'd cook on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'd order takeout on Fridays. We had a system. She started opening up to me. Told me about her parents' divorce when she was 15. About the ex-boyfriend who cheated on her with her best friend. About the anxiety she'd been battling since college. I told her things I'd never told anyone. About my dad leaving when I was 7. About the depression I hid from everyone at work. About how lonely I'd been before she moved in. We became each other's person. That's when the touching started. At first it was small. Her hand on my shoulder when she laughed at something I said. Her knee pressed against mine on the couch during movies. Fingers brushing when she handed me a plate. I convinced myself I was imagining it. Then came the night of the thunderstorm. It was 2 a.m. I was half asleep when I heard a knock on my bedroom door. She was standing there in her pajamas, arms crossed, looking almost embarrassed. Can I stay with you until the thunder stops? I said yes. She climbed into my bed and curled up next to me. I could feel her breathing slow down as she fell asleep against my shoulder. Here's the thing. I've seen her during storms before. She doesn't flinch. She once sat on our balcony during a thunderstorm drinking tea like it was nothing. She's not afraid of thunder. After that night, it kept happening. Every storm. Sometimes she'd knock even when there wasn't any thunder at all. Just rain. I never said anything. Neither did she. 2 weeks ago, I had the worst day of my life at work. Lost a major client. Got screamed at by my boss in front of the whole office. Came home feeling like I wanted to disappear. She took one look at me and didn't say a word. 20 minutes later, there was a plate of spaghetti in front of me. My favorite meal. Homemade garlic bread on the side. A glass of wine I didn't ask for. She sat across from me and just listened while I vented for an hour straight. When I finally stopped talking, she reached across the table and held my hand. You're the only person who makes me feel actually safe, she said. I hope you know that. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I didn't tell her I loved her. Not exactly. But the way I talked about how much she meant to me. About how she changed my life. About how I couldn't imagine coming home to anyone else. She knew. She looked at me with this expression I'd never seen before. Then she stood up, walked past me toward her room, and as she passed, her fingers grazed my hand, intentionally. Yesterday we were watching basketball. She doesn't even like sports, but she's learned all the players' names just because I watch every game. She leaned her head on my shoulder, then wrapped her arm around mine. We stayed like that for 2 hours. After the game ended, I stopped her before she could go to bed. I need to tell you something. She sat down, looked at me like she already knew what was coming. I told her I had feelings for her, that I'd been fighting them for months, that I understood if she didn't feel the same way and I didn't want to ruin what we had. She smiled. I've been waiting since March for you to say something. I thought you were never going to do it. Our first date is tomorrow night. I'm cooking her favorite meal this time.